Hello and welcome to MBC News Hour. In the next 60 minutes, our reporters across the country will give us the latest in politics, business, entertainment and sports. I'm Twemika Mwambe alongside
Jolin Taba.
Our sign language interpreter is Savita Wirima. Glad you could join us. Let's take a look at the stories making headlines. Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority says the fuel price hike is a temporary measure amid global oil disruption from the US-Israel-Iran war. ADMARC to use 60 billion to procure 40,000 metric tons of maize and rice this financial year. In sports, Malawi football team, the Flames, drops to 127th position in the latest FIFA rankings. The Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority, MERA, says the recent fuel price adjustment is a temporary measure driven by the ongoing US-Israel-Iran war, which has disrupted global oil markets. MERA has increased diesel and petrol pump prices by 34% and 35% respectively, bringing them to an average of 6,600 kwacha per litre, while Jet A1 fuel has been adjusted to almost 5,400 kwacha per litre, effective April 1. Details in this report by Trust Ofesi.
Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority, MERA Acting Chief Executive Officer Dati Ntambi highlighted that much of Africa's fuel imports are dependent on the Strait of Hormuz, whose closure has led to a serious supply crisis for most African nations. Ntambi has also stressed that government will continue monitoring global developments on the matter.
There is a serious disruption in terms of the flow of the product due to the closure of the Strait of Hormuz in Iran. This is where most of our fuel comes through. So the closure means we have limited supply in terms of the product to this part of the region that includes Malawi. And the second part of the problem is that it creates a drastic increase in pricing because it's a supply and demand. Where the product is scarce, you have so many people scrambling for that product.
Fuel prices became volatile earlier last month when the United States and Israel launched surprise attacks on Iran, killing the country's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Trust Office, MBC News, Lilongwe.
Minister of Information and Communication Technology Shadrack Namalomba has outlined government's commitment to advancing digital transformation under the Digital Malawi, a pathway to national transformation agenda. He was speaking in Parliament while presenting a ministerial statement. Madalitso Mhango reports.
Business in the House on Wednesday afternoon continued with ministerial statement by the Minister of Information and Communication Technology, Shadrack Namalomba. Namalomba said the government is committed to ensuring that 80% of Malawians are connected and have access to digital services. He explained that this will be achieved through the key reforms aimed at improving efficiency and service delivery across public institutions. He further commended the Malawi Broadcasting Corporation, MBC, for completing its digital migration, describing it as a critical milestone in supporting the country's broader digital transformation agenda.
The vision of His Excellency Professor Arthur Biramra is by 2030, 8 out of 10 Malawians must be connected digitally. They must be able to use their smartphones. They must be able, if not smartphones, they must be able to send an email. They must be able even to access services. For example, if you want to renew your passport, you want to renew your driving license, you should be able to even renew your business licenses, even paying city rates, even paying for whatever service in government. You should be able to do that using a smart gadget, whether it's a desktop, which is smart, whether it's a laptop.
Leta Mulunduni parliamentarian Moses Kunkuyu commended the Ministry of Information for ensuring that all government institutions use official email domains. Meanwhile, the House has been adjourned until Thursday morning. Madalito Muhango, MBC News.
The idea of TVM was born out of the need to put Malawi at par with developments within the region, while at the same time complementing government's development agenda.
Malawi was, I think, one of the very last countries in Africa or in this region to have television, public television. We had RAISE, which had brought in digital television, which was very expensive for people to afford. And even the programming was not as palatable to Malawi's development as it should have been. But for Television Malawi, as a public television service, it would have been carrying programs that would be instrumental in helping the lives of Malawians to developing economically, socially, and in good health and so forth, in whatever sphere that was